You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today on our Weight Loss Wednesday show, we're going to be talking about the great weight loss debate and where you should start. So there's so many people out there, they've tried a dozen diets in the past or so, or they're just thinking for the first time, you know what, I really need to start taking care of my body. Now, both of these groups, though, both are starting from the same place, meaning like the people who've done many, many diets in the past, well, they're right back where they started. They're not getting the success that they want, and they're lost. They're confused. Where am I supposed to start? How am I supposed to get results? And then these other people who are just getting into it, and they're saying, you know what? I don't even know where to begin. Like, what am I supposed to do to get back the body that I want? And so here's how I look at it. There are so many fake diets out there, we'll call it, that will help you lose a bunch of weight, but it's only going to last a week or so, or 2 weeks, or whatever it is. And there's no true maintenance-based plan because they're just based off fads, like the carb lovers diet, which just you're eating bread and processed foods all day, but you're keeping your calories under a certain number. There's the popular calorie counting or point counting system out there, which allows you to eat popcorn and all sorts of other things. Again, you're just going to gain the weight back. Doesn't talk about health in general. Then there's the fake shakes out there. And again, I have no problem with shakes, but the fake ones out there that have 30 plus grams of just processed sugar in each shake. And you're just supposed to drink one for breakfast, another for lunch, and then have a sensible dinner. And, you know, we know that that is not simply maintainable in the long run. So what are they teaching you? And those shakes are also filled with all sorts of soy and GMO-based products that are just terrible for your health. And then there's the ones out there that have all the microwave-based meals, right? So you ship them in the mail. They're basically covered in plastic wrap. They have all these fake processed foods in them. Most of them are highly inflammatory. You pop it in the microwave. You melt all those PCBs and dioxins and plastics right into your food, but they're calorie controlled. Hey, so you lose weight. You might die 10 years younger, but you know they're willing to sell you those microwave meals because all they care about is the market and they don't care about you. And again, all of this is unfortunate. This is not how weight loss programs should operate. Weight loss programs should operate in two different fashions, and I'm going to let you pick where you believe you should start. There's two different camps. There's the camp that believes that you really should just dive into it, meaning like it's tough to make a change in terms of lifestyle. So what a lot of people believe, and I've seen this work for, I'd say 90% of the people, even if there is a little dip sometimes, is that it's best to try to cut it off cold turkey. Because here's why. So meaning like we get people to commit for 21 days. And when they commit for 21 days, then they're saying, you know what, I'm just going to stay focused on these particular foods and eating this way and maybe doing some exercise or so for 21 days. I can do that. It's only 3 weeks of my life. I'm going to carve it out. I'm going to do it and I'm going to see results. Now, the reason why I like that is because you will see results. And the other way, which is kind of the ease into it way, you're not really going to see results. You will see results over time. It's a very slow process. So you'll see results over like 3 months or 6 months and then 9 months and then 12. And that's okay. Like if you're okay with slower results, then I think it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. But if you're only changing basically one thing, which I'm going to talk about at the end, you're not going to see a massive amount of results because, again, the majority of the rest of the day, besides that one little change, is still going to be, inflammatory foods. It's going to be processed foods. It's not going to be exactly what you should be, eating to lose weight. So what I much prefer, I love people diving in for 21 days, losing at least 10 pounds, getting more energy. Their skin looks better. They sleep better. Their waist is smaller. There's less cellulite. Overall, they just feel so much better. And then they're like, oh, wow, like this is possible. And that gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward because you don't want to lose that. Like once you see that it's possible just in 3 weeks, you just want more of that. And so what I like to do at that point then is to say, okay, now have a cheat meal. Enjoy a cheat meal if you'd like after the 21 days. It's going to help restore what's called leptin levels. It's going to tell your body that you're doing great. You're going to keep burning body fat. You're going to have one of your favorite foods because, you might be craving something, and then get back on the nutrition plan. Then again, next weekend, you'll have another cheat meal. And then as you get to your goal weight, then you can maybe do 2 cheats a week, maybe even 3 if that's what you feel is right for you, if that's what you feel the right balance is for you. My job is just to get you as healthy as possible. And when I get you as healthy as possible, well, you're going to be at your ideal body weight no matter what. That's just how the body works. So that's how I prefer to do it. And I either do it through a healthy elimination-based diet, nutrition plan, low glycemic, low inflammatory. We use our fat velocity plan, or I do what's the Dr. Cabral detox, which you heard me talk about before. That's just a simple, straightforward. It gives you exact step-by-step. You just pick this protein, pick these carbohydrates, pick this healthy fat, have this shake. Really, really simple. And you can do that for 7 to 21 days. Now, again, but there's great elimination diets out there. I'm not going to deny that at all. But then you move into what's called a maintenance plan. And I talked a little bit about that. The maintenance plan allows you to have the cheat meals. It allows you to add, more frozen berries to a smoothie and all that type of great stuff. Because you know what? We've regulated blood sugar. We've decreased inflammation. We've decreased the inflammatory-based estrogen levels. We're losing a lot of that toxic water weight, and I love to do it that way. But here's the other way you can do it. Because again, I want you to do what works for you. In the long run, we need to make one of these 2 options work. So the other half of the equation is that you can ease into a weight loss plan. Ease into it if you feel that works best for you. Maybe you're not the person who could just jump in, cold turkey. It is nice if you get a friend or 2 to do it with you, then you can kind of all motivate each other. But, if you just need to do this for yourself and you need to ease into it, that's great too. I have no issues with that. And for that, all I recommend is first, take all of the different beverages you drink during the day and just go down to water. Just squeeze some lemon in it. At our wellness center in Boston, we do sliced cucumber. People love it. It's absolutely fantastic. You could do a little bit of mint in there if you wanted, and just drink that throughout the day. Get rid of the caffeinated teas, get rid of the not smart waters, get rid of the vitamin waters, get rid of all the things that have sugar in it. And even if it's sugar-free, get rid of all the stuff that's colored, that has the dyes in it. Get rid of all the things that are artificially sweetened. Everything. Just get rid of all of it. Even if it's stevia. Stevia is not an issue with me because you do need to flavor certain things with it. But it is an issue if you have to have every drink with stevia in it, because if it's not a meal and it's in between meals, you could be potentially increasing blood sugar levels. Possible for some sensitive people, not for everyone. Okay, so just make sure that all of your beverages first just come down to water. That's going to be a huge step forward. And then after that, you might be able to then remove processed starches, meaning like all of your brown colored foods, the breads, the pastas, the pastries, the cereals, all of those things, okay? Or maybe you can just remove it at one meal. Maybe you should do, if you can, the one thing I recommend that everyone does, and that's a smoothie for breakfast. Why don't I do this? Next week, I'm going to talk about why I keep saying you should do a smoothie for breakfast. I'll put that in my notes right now. That's what I'll do. And so if you just do that smoothie for breakfast, well, now just doing that one thing, no matter how you eat the rest of the day, for that one meal, you're going to be getting great antioxidants from some berries. You're going to be getting great antioxidants if you add some greens to it. You're going to use an all-in-one base powder, which is going to be all of your minerals and all of your vitamins for the day. You're going to use a protein powder that's included with that all-in-one that's vegan-based, that has just rice and pea or something like that, that's very hypoallergenic. And that one meal, though, it also makes sure that you're not eating cereal, a muffin, a pastry. So it does 2 things. One, it gives you so much nutrients for your body for your own natural energy and satiation and fiber, but also it doesn't allow you to have the other thing. It crowds out those bad foods that you would ordinarily be having. So if you can just do that one thing, that's a nice way to ease into it. So what I would end with today is that there's 2 camps. There's a dive into it camp, and you get to see a lot of results really, really quickly. And then you can start to just ease back in some of the foods that you love. And then you can watch the scale. You can watch to see how you're doing, how it affects your body. I like that way. I love the quick win. I love keeping people motivated, and I love getting them results. That's what I'm in this for. I love to see those results. Love success stories. But then I should say, but there's the other side of the equation, the people who just aren't ready to do that. And I understand that side as well. And I have no problem with that. I want to ease you into it. And so just try that one thing at a time. Make all of your beverages water. Can you still do one black coffee in the morning? Sure. Let's ease into that as well. And then you're going to start to maybe remove some of those inflammatory starches, or you're going to do that AM smoothie. You know what though? Here's the thing. just do something, right? Let's pick one thing that you can commit to for 21 days and let's just keep moving forward. That's my advice to you today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into another Cabral Concept.
Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.